January, we were blessed to introduce to this platform Mr. Rodger Hill, the co-founder and CEO of MoreMito. And we're back to hear more about the updates, the things that have been going on in our community, those things that we need to be more abreast and be made aware of, as well as answer any questions that you as uh, an audience may have. To introduce Mr. Hill is none other than our brother, my sponsor in this endeavor, Brother Melvin Arnum. Brother Melvin, are you available? Brother Melvin?
Yes, I am, Brother Evan. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, we can.
Great. Uh, I want to thank everyone for coming today. Uh, and he's definitely a special guest. And I appreciate everything that I learned from him also, too. So without going into too many details, uh, I'd like to introduce to some, uh, and a lot of us on the call do already know him, uh, Rodger Hill, CEO of MoreMito. Over to you, Rodger.
All right. Thank you. Great to be here with you, Brother Eric, Melvin, and everyone. Always a pleasure to talk about MoreMito and what we're doing here. Um, give you a little bit of the backstory, particularly if you're new, maybe you haven't been on any of our presentations before. I feel like in 2015, when I met my partner, Dr. Bevan Elliott, we kind of started a revolution. That was a new way to look at health and wellness that no one else had ever done. We thought it would make a major difference. This new way that I'm talking about has to do with mitochondria. That's what you see over my shoulder right here. That's a cutaway of a mitochondria. That's that part of your cell that produces the energy that your body runs on. It makes a profound difference. Let me tell you a little bit about that. We'll talk about the company. Um, these mitochondria, they're the part of your cell that produces the energy that your body runs on. Okay, how important is that? Nothing in your body happens without mitochondria. It is the most important thing with respect to how long you live and how well you live. Every heartbeat, every breath you take, every thought you have is powered by mitochondria. Let me tell you about yours. You used to have a lot of them when you were younger. You know when that was. That was when you had the most energy you ever had. You know, you ran, you jumped, you played. Mama probably had to tell you to go somewhere and sit down, stop playing on the steps. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you ran up steps? When was the last time you ran any place? Yeah, that's not so easy as it used to be, right? Okay. That's because you have a lot less energy now than you did then. I'll give you the story. As you've been going through life, you've been losing this mitochondria, not just because you got older. You've been losing because you've encountered diseases. You may have had COVID or high blood pressure or diabetes or something like that. All of those things exhaust and kill mitochondria. You might have gotten into some contaminant, some toxin in the environment. They accelerate your loss of mitochondria also. So by the time you're about 60, let's say, you might have lost half of it, half your mitochondria. So now let's kind of think this out. Let's see if this makes sense to you. If everything in your body takes energy to run, and you've been running out of that energy, how does that help anything in your body run better? Yeah, well, the answer would be it doesn't. Okay? Now, what if somebody, since the doctors can't write a prescription for it, and nobody else's company has, what if somebody came up with something that would reverse that? What might it mean to you? Okay? Hopefully, by the time we're through with our time here with you today, you'll have the answer to that question. But first, let me tell you what's going on. As you have lost that, okay? Let me give you a few things you might recognize. Have you noticed that you don't see as well as you used to? If you did, that's likely loss of mitochondria. How about your strength and stamina? Have you figured out yet that you're not as strong as you used to be? You don't have the stamina that you once did? Okay? Well, if you haven't, you will. Okay? How about the way your brain thinks? Anybody ever had a senior moment? Let me tell you what that moment was. That was an I don't have as much mitochondria as I used to moment. That's what that was. Okay. How about your immune system? You know, it's supposed to protect you from everything that's happening. Have you noticed that there's more things going wrong in your health and whatnot as you've gotten older than it used to? Have you noticed that younger people tend to be, in general, healthier than older people do? You know what I'm talking about. It's that same loss of mitochondria. So what's MoreMito want to help people do about this? Where we come into the picture? Well, our scientist, Dr. Bevan Elliott, my partner, we've been together since 2015. He has made this breakthrough. He's come up with this breakthrough technology that can actually regrow your mitochondria. Well, let's play that out. If you could actually regrow somebody's mitochondria, this is what we speculated back in 2015. What would happen to them? What would it mean? Would it mean that you didn't get sick as often? Would it mean that if you did, you wouldn't stay sick as long? Okay. Would it mean that uh, there's just so many things that you could do better than you did before? Could you be smarter than you otherwise would be? Okay. Could you be more creative? All right. Could we possibly address some things that are being under addressed? I was talking to Brother Melvin. He's got I think it's a grandson or a nephew, someone in his family, child with a condition that children sometimes have. Okay. Some are born autistic. Some have ADHD. Okay, I think that was the case with him. There's no solution to that. No good solution anyway. Yesterday, I did an interview with a young man. He's been a nurse for 20 years. 20 years he's been a nurse. And he found out he had acid reflux. That's why every time you eat, the stomach acid comes up and it's eroding your esophagus. It's very painful, very debilitating. He went from 190 pounds down to 145, right? He works at the VA hospital. And last December, he goes in to have an operation and they were going to like go in and do some invasive procedure or tie off his esophagus. They were going to do some stuff, okay? And they were going to have to cut on him to do it. But they couldn't do the operation because they found out he has another problem. He has a problem with his heart. And so they can't give him the operation because he might have died on the table. Now that's December. He meets one of our representatives last month. Last month. And within the first month that he's on our technology, regrowing mitochondria, helping his body come back, both those conditions went away. Doctors shocked. They don't know what to say. And he's been, like I said, he's been a nurse for 20 years. And nobody at the hospital could help him. Okay? So just a little bit of a preview. If this kind of revolution that we're talking about appeals to you, if it piques your interest, somebody might have invited you to the right place today, because that's exactly what we got, and that is what we are talking about. This special technology that Dr. Elliott created, it's called XDS, stands for Exponential Delivery System. It's doing a simple thing, but yet no one's ever done it. It's reorganizing these ingredients that his research have identified that can actually talk to your mitochondria and tell them to regrow. I'm not talking about help them out a little bit, feed them a little bit. I'm talking about give you more than you had before. Okay? That just had not happened before. Okay. And the next thing he did was, because even though that works, it's a fairly weak effect, definite effect, but fairly weak effect. Not enough to just change the trajectory of your health. Not enough to do what I just talked about that happened to that young man. Okay. So we had to create this technology. This XDS stands for Exponential Delivery System, to amp those up, make them work bigger and better than they ever did before. Okay. So he does that. He puts it in our product line. That product line is called MoreMito. There's a complete description on our website. I'm going to just kind of hit the highlights with you a little bit right now, if I may. Uh, Brother, y'all seeing are you seeing my desktop here?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay. All right. So let me get you to the product pages. Just highlight it for you. Because this is the product page itself, and right next to it is a page that says product details. So this is what you'll see right on here. You'll see a lot of the stories of people who have shared their stories with you. There was this gentleman right here, Archbishop McCall, was going blind, kept his sight back. This is my good friend. We worked together at the Pentagon. He went blind, got his sight back. Uh, there's many examples here you might want to check out. But I'm going to take it to the products here in a moment. We'll just quickly go through them so you can know where these reside. The first one is called Restore. Now, Restore's purpose is really simple. We have to repair your cells, and we need to regenerate your organs. Why? Because your organs have been failing. Okay? Your major organs is where you have the highest concentrations of mitochondria. So as you get older, they get weaker and weaker and weaker. That's why your heart doesn't work well. That's why we were able to take that relatively young man, he's got a 7-year-old daughter, and grow back his mitochondria in his heart to the extent that that heart went away for, as far as the doctors were concerned, for no reason. Okay? We know the reason. To them, it was no reason. Okay? And that acid reflux to just heal itself, because that's what happens. We don't make any attempt to diagnose, cure diseases. What we've discovered and what we've been showing for going on 11 years is that if you can actually regrow somebody, again, not talk about it, not put it on your label, but you can actually do it, then you will get people reporting what I just told you, right? That major serious conditions can and will be reversed. We'll see what happens in your case just to try it, okay? So there's this one product, there's 44 ingredients. Let me get into Restore a little bit. Out of these 44 ingredients in here to repair your cells and regrow your organs, 2 of these are superfoods. You'll recognize them: olive oil and black seed oil. You just can't buy these at your grocery store. We source these internationally, and we add the other ingredients to them so we can touch every organ system you have: your liver, your kidney, your heart, your brain, your eyes. Okay? Part of them are actually, again, regrowing mitochondria. Others are focused on those organs. The next one we have is this one. It's called Renew Brain and Body. Renew Brain and Body lets us regrow mitochondria in a different way with water-soluble ingredients. Everything we need to do this with, we can't put it in one capsule or one oil, because some are oil soluble, some others are water soluble. So why we got these capsules. And then we have this really special cream or gel. I'll go back here. There's not a picture of it on this page. And this stuff is something else. This rejuvenate. You can put this. I'll flip these colors back so you can see it the way you normally do. Okay. So this rejuvenate takes the ingredients right here. You can take this, put some of that Restore I just got through talking about in it, and you can have those 44 ingredients in Restore. I'm getting down here trying to find that bottle that's not on here. Here we go. Those are the ingredients right there. Put 44 ingredients of this. Now, if there's anything on your skin, your hair, your scalp, I'm talking about face to feet, anywhere, if it's a scratch, a bump, a mold, a keloid, okay, if you got a scar that you might have got 20 years ago, put that mix of Restore in that Rejuvenate and put it on there repeatedly and watch it go away, okay? Now, the results of all of this is astonishing. This couple right here I met locally at a birthday party one of the local reps are having. They were on our product for a couple of weeks, like that says, and woke up looking at each other and said, I think you look young. I think you look younger too, 10 years younger. So that's our side effect. You want to know if people sometimes ask, is there a side effect? Here's a side effect: unexpected compliments. Okay, that's what happens when you regrow those cells in your face. Okay, it looks better. We increase your face value. How about that for an investment tip? Okay, this gentleman right here, somebody took this picture on the left of his bald head going bald. He never looked at it like that himself. So in coming weeks, he did this. He started putting that mixture we're telling you about, let me get rid of that, on his head, and you see the hair growing back. Hair growing back. He lives in Wisconsin. He used to be my IT guy. I was out in Wisconsin to go fishing. I saw his little puppy that he had, and the puppy was named Mad, a dachshund hound. was getting older, had trouble going up steps and all that kind of stuff. And that dog was gray, had gray hair. Okay. Next time I come back see him, the dog with gray hair, that dog was turning black. Okay, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. But anything cosmetically speaking is great. This young lady, second pregnancy, hormones all over the place, gets on her technology. She's driving down the road in her car. Had to take this picture and send it to me. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, this was not happening before. There wasn't something you could just take, right? And it caused your body to work this well. But it's here now. It's in our technology. Okay, it is available. All right, so all these documents I'm showing you are on our website. You can get them into to great detail. Now, let me repeat myself a little bit. I said earlier that everything in your body takes energy, and if to run, and if the energy it takes to run your body is running down as you've been losing this mitochondria, how can anything in your body run as good, right? Well, let's go the other way, because we need to get this message out. If you actually had something like this, and we do, that actually reverse this, address every kind of condition you can think of just about, how major would it be? How big of an opportunity would it be for you to help yourself, help your family, help the people you care about, help people you haven't met yet? Okay. Would that not be a significant opportunity? And what if there was a common sense way to get compensated that would reward you like you possibly have not been rewarded with before? Okay. Well, that's the kind of opportunity that we're presenting here at MoreMito. No one else has it. Nothing has ever worked this good. Please test me on that by taking it if you don't agree. You'll see. What kind of opportunity? We think we've got the best of both worlds. We've got amazing technology. We have very significant compensation. And I'll get to a bit of that. I'll give you the highlights on it. And then I'm going to come back to our technology, because that's where it begins and ends with us. Okay. Let me go here and pick up. Okay, that's obviously not the right one. Get back here to MoreMito. Yep, here we go. Okay. This is my good friend Frank Provenzano, who was part-time with us for a long time. And we introduced him, and this is his back office. You can go right here and look up our compensation plan. I'm going to highlight this for you. Okay, I'm going to spin this up so you can see it better. Okay. All right, so the first thing our mission is, again, is to get this technology out to as many people as possible. And again, this document is in your back office. You affiliate with us, you'll be able to get it and review it. And by the way, on every single page, there's a link right here that says click here. If you click that link, it'll take you to a recording, an audio, or a video that explains that page to you, okay? But here's what we got to do. We need to build a really huge company. And I need you to understand what my definition of big is. Big's nothing but a whole lot of little, okay? That's all it is. And that's where my focus is. My focus is on helping people who are new, people who've not had a lot of success, people who are aspiring to, okay? And in doing so, by the way, if you happen to be a big producer historically, we just make things better for you because your income would be more secure. We saw one of the biggest problems you have, attrition. Dale, that many of you know is our president, tells me that we have a 93% reorder ratio. 93%. Okay. That's because, obviously, our technology works. Okay. How big a difference does it make? Well, first thing we saw when we put this product line out summer 2019 is 40% of the orders we were getting in, people wanted to ship to them overnight. They wanted it in a hurry. Okay, it was urgently wanted, and people would pay extra to rush it there. Our average order size versus our previous company, what it had the prior product line in it, was up over 300%. Now, if you don't get anything else out of this part, get this. That means that our people who are helping us get this technology out to people to help them with their health concerns, right, are earning 2 to 3 times as much money. Okay. If that doesn't appeal to you, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Maybe you'll just take the product and be happy with that. Hopefully, you'll share it with folks. But if you choose to engage in this as a promoter, then we've got some special things for you. Okay. The first thing we did was this. We said, okay, what is the biggest problem that people have? Most companies that you've been exposed to the industry have this thing of charging you for the privilege of selling their product, and you have been paying it. I think that's nonsense. That is not happening in MoreMito, and it never will. Everything here is free. Everybody can afford free, so we remove that barrier of participation. Okay, people can get in and enjoy this, and always chasing people down, trying to get them to do some random business opportunity. Okay, that's your decision. We're focused on your health first and foremost. Okay, there's no mandatory auto ships. Okay, that's why so many of you have product around your house right now. You only bought it because you had to buy it for that last deal you did. Okay, that quote unquote program that you were in. That's nonsense. You don't even have to purchase anything to earn with us. I'll say if you simply have to have a single customer. That customer does not have to be you. Hopefully it will be, right? But if you enroll anybody, that will qualify you for compensation going forward. We don't have a lot of breaks and stuff. In fact, we have none. That's where the compensation plan says that this money is going to get paid, but if someone doesn't qualify for it, the company takes it back. No, we pay it out. Just keep looking online until we find someone that's qualified for it, give it to them. I've been designing compensation plans in my technical career, which took me to NASA and subsequently to the Pentagon. So by 2019, I've been designing compensation plans for a long time, all of them in real time. What does that mean to you? It means if you will help somebody put yourself in a position to be compensated for it, you will be paid in real time immediately. When that person clicks that button and it says order complete, then everybody who's going to be compensated on that has already been compensated. Okay. Like I said, I think paydays are obsolete, so I'll show you in a minute in the back office where you go in there, you choose how you're going to be receiving funds. You can do it by PayPal. We've got international ACH. We can pay to like 160 some countries or something like that right now. Okay, so it's very, very useful, very user-friendly. We've got vested compensation. You can get to a place in our compensation where all new customers get your code number on it for that level of compensation. And you will always be able to earn on those people. Someone can't promote up underneath you and big chunky income go away. No, we vest you in this after you reach a particular level. We have this feature called MoreMito Cash. When you start with us, you can start as a referring customer. You're getting like product purchase credits and whatnot. But the other part of this concept is that you can transfer it to other people. Actually, you can transfer either MoreMito Cash or commissions if you become a paid representative, because that's free as well. Cost you nothing to upgrade to that. But we've had many people are with us now, sending thousands, in some instances, thousands of dollars to other people to help them. And I'm really, really proud of that. Good. So that's the highlights. But now, as good as that is, let me tell you what's better. What's better is how we're actually going to help you reach out to folks and get them engaged. Because the biggest issue is this: either you didn't get the presentation. The presentation I just gave, we call it the mitochondria story, where you're telling people how this mitochondria works. Okay, we've got that recorded in the videos and whatnot that you can send out. The section on your website is called Share MoreMito Info. There's a flyer that we're about to release that you'll be able to send out to everybody. In the meantime, and it has a slogan on it: mitochondria is what's keeping you alive right now. Chances are you didn't even know it. It's kind of catchy. They affect every aspect of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, including, and it gives you a list of things, thought-provoking things. So you have that. The other thing we got, though, is to share MoreMito info. So if you have a health concern, you can look it up in here. You can go in here. You can look up people health as an example. Let me move this out of the way. You have all these categories where people have shared their stories about addictions and cravings and whatnot, all kinds of anti-aging aspects, autoimmune, blood pressure, gut health. We're doing this gut health series right now every week, and that's the other way we support you. We have health and wellness calls every week, and on those calls we address various pertinent health topics. This week it's gut health. Tomorrow night we'll be talking about how you get rid of belly fat. I know nobody on here's got any belly fat, right? If you do, be on that call. Things that happen with people's hair. People talking about how their hair just growing, like I told you a little bit earlier, and that guy whose bald spot was going away. Oral health. That would be your teeth and whatnot. Okay. Now, all of this technology, you can use it from your mobile phone as well. Okay, let me put my fingerprint in here. So from either one, okay, let's go iPhone. Okay, try again. All right, there we go. Here's an example. This young lady right here, Mary Eller, had a hole in her tooth the size of a Q-tip. You could actually take a Q-tip and put it through the hole in her tooth. She used our technology, swishing around in her mouth. Tooth closes up. The dentist could never tell there was anything other than just regular enamel there. Now we didn't even predict stuff like that. But if you had someone who had an oral concern, you could select this, like here, come here, click it. She's in here. That's her right there on the computer. This is the same one over here on your mobile phone. Click this share button. And when you do it on your phone, it'll pull the contact right from your phone, like this. And if I wanted to send this to Melvin, I know he's in it because he sent me the text with his call. Here he is right here, Melvin Arnum. Okay. Looks like it didn't take. I'll do it again. I think I double clicked and I should have clicked one time. Okay. I keep forgetting. So you see his name right there. I hope you can see that where you are. And then you click generate a link. It comes up. I'll read this for you. It may be too small for you to see. It says, hey, Melvin, Rodger Hill has shared some information with you on people health. Visit the link below. And you can change this. Okay. Because I don't have to use both his names. I can just say, hey, Melvin. And Rodger, we're on a first name basis. I could take this. And I could change here people health related to teeth or whatever you wanted to say. And gums. Okay. Share that. You get your choice, WhatsApp, text message, or more or less to a text message. Comes right up. You see, that's where he sent me that message. Now I'm going to send him one back. There you go. Melvin will click that on his end. If you go to my website, you will see where that activity occurred. So you'll be able to track the activity coming back from people, not just push stuff out, but get responses back from them. Like, tell me more, call me now, okay? Do you have anything about this, that, or the other? Right? So that's how that goes. And we've got some examples of this. We've had people come in and send this out. Our newest 3-star silver, you got to have 150 people. They're over 200 now. Our folks out in the Powells out in California. The Powells get in here and they send out 400 of these. Now, first, he lets it sit for about 3 weeks before he clicked on it. Had to do with high blood pressure or blood sugar. That's another one of the categories that we have in here. And he finally looked at it. They get started, and they just sent these out, and now they've got over 200 people in their collective downline that they are helping. You know, United States, Canada, other countries, Philippines, just all over the place. So these are the possibilities. But it starts with you wanting to help somebody, okay? You starting to help somebody. If you've got that interest and you want to help somebody, and you don't mind letting us compensate you for that, then boy, did you come to the right place. I'm going to play you one video. We'll stop. We'll go take some questions and whatnot. But I want to get in here and play a video. We just did this with Dr. Connie Lee, and I want to play that. Okay. Let's go with this, Dr. Connie. Gotta make it bigger so you can see it.
My blood sugar is way too low, and it's now 5.0 with the A1C. When I had
Let me back it up so you can hear.
Okay, I got the pleasure of talking to Dr. Connie Lee. Connie, please tell me what you've noticed change since you've been using MoreMito.
everything. I feel better. I feel younger. I'll be 87 in August, but I feel like I'm in my early 60s. My blood pressure was way too low. It's now normal. My blood sugar was way too low, and it's now 5.0 with the A1C. When I had the blood work done, all of my blood work was right in the normal range. Not a thing was out of line anywhere. The doctor was amazed, and I haven't taken any of my 5 medications since I started. Restore February 10th. I had terrible constipation since I was in the 5th grade, and that's been resolved now. My eyesight has gotten better. That got better the first day. My hearing is better. I don't have to have stronger hearing aids.
I just heard you say that your eyesight changed the first day. So take me back to that. Tell me what your eyesight was like before, and then how you noticed it was different.
Well, when you play cards with a table of 6 people, I could see the cards across the table, but I wasn't sure what they were. I knew they were red or black. And the next day, I could tell what they were. That made the difference.
It's like MoreMito, like flipped a switch in your vision.
Yeah, that was overnight. I took it at 3 in the afternoon, and that was by the next evening. That was the difference I noticed. When I went to my ophthalmologist, that was first part of May, I guess. They can't find any problem in the back of my eye anymore.
There was a problem in the back of your eye, right?
They discovered it, almost 2.5, 3 years ago. And they've been watching it every few months. But this time when I saw them, there's no problem there.
So it sounds like your retina has improved, that improving your mitochondria has allowed your body to fix your vision there.
And then I was able to go into Costco and pick up 3 pair of glasses that are 1.125,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I can see real good with those. And I've had Coke bottle glasses since I was in about the 3rd grade.
Oh, how cool is that?
I think it's pretty cool. Okay.
Okay. So there isn't anything in terms of health concerns and whatnot that mitochondria can affect. You can literally help anybody. You can help anybody with this technology, with pretty much anything. Okay? So I'm going to pause right here. I want to give us time for questions and answers. I'm going to take myself off of the desktop. Okay? And ask Brother Eric or uh, Melvin to come back and join us, and maybe you will help me with the questions and whatnot, or direct me in
Yes,
anything
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
want me
Just give us
to address.
give us 1 second to set it up here for you. We deeply appreciate you. And one moment more, Brother Melvin, where are you, sir? All right, dear folks, you can raise your hand. We'll acknowledge you, or you can just simply unmute yourselves. Mr. Hill and Mr. Arnum, you're both muted, so you're going to have to unmute yourselves as well. Floor is open for any questions that you might have. What I would like to say to you all is that the person who invited you has a referral link that gives you access to your very own website. It's free. You can go and explore those things that Mr. Hill has just shared with us, as well as take a deeper dive into the product line, how you can secure your lot of them, whether you want to purchase them in bundles, whether you want to do an auto ship, which is all optional. It's an extraordinary opportunity to share greater wealth in terms of their health acumen and what people can take charge of in their lives. I'm a firm believer in ownership and control. Okay. And that's my particular mantra. And I know some of you come from spaces where you say, well, you need to do some due diligence. Well, uh, your due diligence is in the product here. We are products of the product. We're very successful in our use of the product, of articulating and explaining it. And the calls that Mr. Hill mentioned to you, like the ones that are occurring tomorrow, these calls are designed to galvanize greater understanding and belief. The testimonials that you've heard some of and you can see and hear more of is on your website. It's yours. Everything is there for you to take advantage of. And so we want you to understand that you truly help yourselves by helping community. And we want to see the growth of community, but we want you to be able to feel good about your growth. We want you to be able to feel good about the restoration of hair or keloids. Or we want you to feel good about your metabolism. My brother, my eldest brother, has cerebral palsy, and he has an atrophy that has set in now in his 70s. And we utilize the product to help him to restore color and form to his legs, to his arms. We help him with his uh, gum. He had a gum blister, and that gum blister was almost immediately rectified by the swoosh of Restore. And what we do with his skin, and it's just an amazing uh, um, experience, restoration of health and body. Think about what it does for the mind. How many of you walk into rooms, Mr. Hill, you had me laughing. How many of you walk into rooms and wonder, why did I came in here for
Exactly.
something? Those are the kind of things that you can experience less of as you work to restore and rebuild yourselves. So please don't take this moment for granted. Even those who are here are part of this great movement. You might want to take time to ask your question here because this is the deal. When you ask a question here, you're helping 40 plus people. If you steal away and ask a question somewhere else, and think about all the people that you could have assisted and ended up not doing because you held your question or your point or your testimony. So please, the floor is open. You can simply raise your hand, we'll acknowledge, or you can just unmute yourselves.
This is Brother Seb.
Hey, brother.
How does this help with diabetes?
Okay, so when we regrow, well, let's understand what diabetes is. It's excess blood sugar in your bloodstream that's damaging everything. Okay, once that when you eat and wake up the next morning, the way you measure your blood sugar, fasting glucose should be under 100. If it's over 100, you got diabetes to some degree. Okay, when you have more mitochondria, you have a greater capacity to take that blood sugar out of your bloodstream and burn it in energy, which, by the way, now your body can use it to repair you with. So we have many, many examples of that, where people had high blood pressure and high blood sugar. And by the way, the reverse is true. People have low blood sugar or low blood pressure. In the interview I just played for you, she had low blood pressure and low blood sugar, and the formulation is adaptogenic enough that it brought hers up. So absolutely, yes.
Okay, thank you. Also, I had some technical difficulties when you were going over the product, the compensation. Is that on the website? The prices
Yeah,
of the product and the compensation?
yeah. So when you affiliate, you go in your back office, there's a link that says compensation. When you hover over that link, you'll be able to see one that says compensation plan. I think it's second or third from the bottom of that drop down. You see compensation plan. And as I was pointing out, there's a thing that says click here on just about every page. If you click that link, in addition to being able to read it, you'll be able to see an audio or a video of me explaining that specific page. So,
Okay, thank you.
you got it.
And just allow me before we go to the next hand, it'll be Pastor Sonia, then we'll go to Mr. Keith. In the chat, we placed our health and wellness group link, Team Believe with Brother Melvin and others, and you can join that platform for news, information, and updates, okay, in regards to MoreMito. Go ahead, Pastor Sonia. Great evening to you, ma'am.
Good evening,
Is it
sir.
Sonia,
Thank you so much.
is it Sonia or Sonia?
Sonia, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. This is Pastor Sonia from ATL. I'm a triple threat from the ATL. I just wanted to
Come on.
share my personal testimony, especially for the gentleman that just got on the call, talked about diabetes. I was had a stroke in 2022. Unbeknownst to me, I had diabetes. My A1C was 15.5 at the time, had a stroke. And as a result of that, got on the product. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely transformed and changed my life to the point when I went back to the doctor. My A1C went down to 6.0. Not only that, I lost weight. Not only that, I play pickleball 2-3 hours a day, nonstop. And it has just transformed my life, my family's life, my son, my grandson. I mean, the list can go on and on. So I'm just telling you that we don't cure, we don't heal, we don't diagnose anything, but what we do is we grow your mitochondria, and your body just is craving and desiring to heal itself. And so as a result, your body just starts going to action. And what I love so much about the products that we have, the Rejuvenate Restore and the Rejuvenate Restore and the Renew, is that it does not discriminate. It doesn't care what you got going on. They're like, oh, you got that going on? Oh, let us check that. You got this going on? Let me check that. And so I'm a product of the product. I came to the company because I had shoulder pain for 15 years, excruciating pain every single day, day in, day out. And as a result, I couldn't take my hands and move it up and down. I was working out, couldn't even do the workouts anymore and things of that nature. But unbeknownst to me, it started correcting a lot of things all at the same time, simultaneously. That's why it's so important to position yourself to get the bundle, because one works from the outside, one works from the inside out, and all of them do. They're all important because they do different things, but they ultimately affect your body in so many different ways. So if you're on the call for the very first time, I encourage you to go get the bundle and see what your DNA does with our product. We're excited. We're excited because we're in the business of changing the quality of people's lives. Mine has been changed and yours can too. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you for the share, Pastor.
Thank you.
Great evening to you, Brother Keith.
Yes, sir. Great gratitude is where I began my day. in the state of gratitude. I believe how important it is. I have a few things. I'll make it as brief as I can. I had the privilege of getting a one-on-one coaching from Mr. Rodger Hill a couple of times, but I just wanted to refresh the info. My testimony is working with what I was brought to me by Miss Lisa Port. She's a phenomenal person on behalf of my stepdaughter, cerebral palsy. But I have the privilege of speaking to Mr. Rodger Hill on behalf of her and also my first big brother, stroke, 8 years, concerned mostly with losing his mental capabilities. So just to refresh, Mr. Hill, I believe for my daughter, cerebral palsy, when I met her, she was 3, she's 28 now. You said she can mix the restore with the rejuvenate and put it anywhere on her back. She
Yeah.
was on the call the other day. So rub that on the back. I believe you said about a teaspoon of restore in a jar of rejuvenate. Is that correct?
Yes. You just make it dark, like that. Make it dark. And
Understood.
the more you put in, I like mine kind of well, I might put in even more than a teaspoon, but yes.
Yeah, I'm putting mine in almost making it look like coffee because I know the restore is the thing. The
Yeah.
restore is the thing. So, okay, so that's for her. She can put it on her back and she can also rub it with her fingers and put it on her eyelids because we would like to
Yeah,
improve her.
just like this. I'm
Yeah,
doing it. I put it on my feet for a stress fracture I'm getting over with, and eyes. It works great. Yeah.
understood. Now on behalf of my first big brother, stroke, this and that, I believe you said people that know me know I need to start writing stuff down. I can't rely on my memory like I used to because I walk in rooms and forget why I'm in there. Um, so okay. So he mixes the restore, and I'm gonna get the other bundle for him, like you suggested. I'm gonna get it so he'll have 2 restores, 2 rejuvenates, 2 brain and bodies. He can mix the restore and the rejuvenate, and he's lost movement on his left side, and he used to be left-handed. So you said can rub it on the arm, rub wherever he lost movement,
Yeah.
and you were also saying he could rub it on the back of his neck,
Right.
temples, and all across his face to maybe help his mental capacities. Is that correct?
Yes, because we learned from the kids that had autism who their parents just put it all around their head and their face, and next day they're talking. So we know it gets all the way in your brain if you'll just do that. Put it around your face, put it around your eyes, put it on the back of your neck. I'm doing it right now, as you can see. It will get all the way into your brain and have impact that way as well. Pastor Sonia that you just heard, her mother didn't like the taste of it. She just put it on her back and chest, and it helped her with her dementia. So it absolutely has impact that way.
Thank you. And the last thing for my daughter, cerebral palsy, are there any recordings of people that have had some improvements with cerebral palsy?
Absolutely, absolutely. If you will go into your Share More Motto info and search on that, you'll find it. You should find it in the section, by the way, on brain and neurological. You'll find it right there.
Last thing, I have been around this block a few times with various companies. I have never, ever, ever seen anything with the products, absolutely, but the one of a kind, like you always say, because this is a mission. This is not a business. There's a statement they used to say, I think they got it from the movie Christmas Carol, mankind is my business. That was one of the lines that Ebenezer's partner said to him, mankind is my business. That is what I see this to be. Thank you very much for this time. Thank you for what all of you have done.
Thank you. Good hearing you.
Thank you. Brother Greg, are you still available? I saw you had your hand up a moment ago.
Oh, yes, just a quick question
Mhm.
and a quick comment. The technology is working very well. And matter of fact, it works so well in the body that it ties into my question. Are you hydrating, especially with the warm weather that we're moving into? Some people are going through heat waves. I want to just encourage you, if you're going to help the technology get your toxins out, because it works so well that we think that we don't have to drink enough water. I want to encourage you. Drink enough water and help get the toxins out of your body. Thank you. Excellent presentation, and good to see Mr. Rodger Hill too. God bless
Great to
you.
be with you. Yeah.
God bless you.
Wonderful. Anyone else? Floor is open, folks. Don't be bashful.
Grand Rising, how you doing? This is brother Amin.
Hey, brother Means.
I have a question, Mr. Hill, concerning the product that you have. How does that affect your gut, your gut microbiome?
So this is major, right? So your gut is foundational to all your health, right? Think about it. When you eat your food, it's got to go through your gut. That's also a main passageway for toxins and everything. If you got something in your food or whatever, it's got to go through your gut. And then diseases, loss, in addition to loss of mitochondria, damage your gut. So we paid a lot of attention to that, Bevan did, in this formulation. There's specific food in Restore in particular that are exclusively for your gut. So as a result, we get these amazing stories. The one I just told you at the beginning, maybe you didn't hear that. This young man had been a nurse for 20 years. He got acid reflux. He lost what was 190, went down to 145. Okay. And he was like dying, and they give him an operation. They gave him an operation for which all we did was give him Restore, brain and body, and rejuvenate. Okay. And then, like I said, they found out that he got a problem with his heart. And I said, well, did you know you think you had a problem with it? On his Apple Watch, it would tell him your heart's been at 40 for 10 minutes. But he didn't think anything. He just waited for it to go back up, I guess. Well, we go to the hospital. This is a life-threatening situation. And they had to be careful about what medication they gave him because it could drive his heart low from 40, because normally he's 60 to 72. He could have driven his heart so low he could have died. What did he do? He just took this stuff we got, and it works through his gut to repair that. So the acid reflux is gone. Work through his heart, fix that, and the doctors don't know why. So here again, it's not what our stuff is doing. Remember now, we don't do conditions, we do mitochondria, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you will feed yourself this technology, so your body can regrow your mitochondria, it can now fix you in ways that it couldn't fix before. And by the way, neither can the doctors in many cases. So
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that information. I'm very serious because I'm a health and wellness fanatic, and I had a experience with a product back in the day called Tahitian noni juice.
yeah.
And what had happened was I had colitis for like 30 some years.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed on that product for about a year, and it resolved the issues. Like, I know they don't cure or anything like that, but it maintained my body to a normal status that I have now. And that was like in 2014.
Okay.
You know, but and I'm very, very, this is the first time I heard about the products. I was in contact because I was invited on the call by Brother Muhammad, and I'm gonna get back with him, and we can talk and whatnot. I think I have I have a problem that occurred in the military back in 1969, and I'm still suffering with it. And I'm gonna see if this can relieve my pain and whatnot. It's a back problem. I was a paratrooper, and I landed in a tree, and my back has been messed up ever since 1969. Pain every day, but you know, if you carry something every day, you kind of like get used to it. Yeah. And it just goes from one plateau to another plateau. But I'm curious to see if this can help me with that. I really would be a testimonial product of the product, and rip and rave about it to the whole world. Yeah. You know, because all the things that I've been on since then, nothing has alleviated the pain. I still have. I don't have it as bad as I did then, but it flares up almost like your sciatica.
Yeah.
Every now and then it'll flare up.
So,
you know.
so let me respond. There's two different approaches here. The first thing is clearly our technology is impactful for everything, including the condition you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have a health and wellness call every week that precedes the topic that we're doing on Saturday this week. Like I said, is gut, and we give you all kinds of information about that, and you can actually subscribe to that and get individual counseling on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just about the product. Products are great, but I also understand that we need information, we need instruction, we need understanding.
Right.
And so we're going all in to help you get that, in addition to the great technology that goes with it.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that, and I'm gonna reach out to Brother Muhammad and get involved and get on those calls and whatnot and see, because like I said, I'm a health fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
I was born with asthma, so I've been sickly all my life, really. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back to it. Thank you, thank you very much.
We thank you and look forward to. Matter of fact, in your phone, you should already have the text message as to how you can secure your site. I sent you the link and the information, and this call will be made available to all of you as well through our wellness group. This is why we encourage you to join the WhatsApp group that we have in the chat here, Brother Melvin and I, and we'll help you help others help themselves. Okay. Sister Lisa P., great evening to you.
Good evening. Yes, Mr. Keith Williams is my partner. I had brought him in. My name is Lisa Porch. Rodger, I met you in November of 2025 in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I will be reaching out to you in regards to my 34-year-old autistic son. I just wanted to say, because I need some guidance on that.
Okay.
But I would want to say to everyone here, MoreMito as a company, phenomenal. UltraMito as a product, phenomenal. One of the things is to not be discouraged if you're not having the results that you would like for whatever issue that you're dealing with. My husband, he has neuropathy in the feet. And he was using the product and was getting some relief. He had came into some extra funds and said, okay, I'll do a deep dive, and ordered like 3 bundles worth of product. And within this past, it's almost coming up on 30 days, such a huge difference in what the results that he's getting from increasing the amount and frequency of using the product. So I just would like to say to everyone, don't be discouraged. And if you can, do your best to take it more frequently and in increased amounts. So
good idea.
Yes, that's all I wanted to say. And I will give you a call, Rodger. I put your number somewhere safe, and for the life of me, I couldn't find it.
You can get it.
And I just did.
Customer service. Worst case scenario, you can get it from customer service.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm easy to find.
Okay. Cool beans. So I'll reach out to you shortly.
Okay.
All righty. Be well, everyone.
You as well. Thank you.
Hand up.
Yes, Sister Alice Dorsey. Great evening to you, ma'am.
Grace and peace, everyone. Rodger, thank you so much. I love you like a brother, an older brother, or your brother anyway. I don't have a question. I have some testimonials. The first one, the most recent one, is my 90-year-old sister had a pacemaker put in about 6 months ago. And recently the doctor told her that she needed what do you call those things? A stent put in, but she was, they frightened her because they kept saying, you're 90 years old, maybe you shouldn't, maybe so she was debating whether or not to do it. And, I told her, walk around the house topless and continue on the mixture every second, I told her. Then she said her husband would have a fit, but she did continue putting it on continuously. So she went to the hospital. She decided to go. She went, and they did not have to put in those stents. They found no blockage whatsoever.
That's
So
right.
praise the Lord. And then, everyone, my brother is Sam Slade, and he had prostate cancer, and he had also the congestive
Congestive
heart.
heart failure.
And he took this technology for 90 days, and he doesn't have either of them anymore. My whole family is in it. Excuse me. And my sister, my 90-year-old sister, my niece just told me, her daughter just told me Friday that she has an aneurysm. But she said that she knows it's because it wasn't as bad because she's been putting the cream in her hair. So that was getting to her brain. And she said herself that helped this aneurysm be, like one of the minor ones. But my brother using it for gout, and all of my nieces and nephews are on it. It's doing wonders for the Slade family. And with me, myself, I fell in November, stumbled on the sidewalk, and fell and broke my left shoulder. The physical therapist said that it's because of this technology that I was healing so fast. So, I'm using that. It's helped me. Like someone said, they had gotten used to pain. I was in two car accidents. Well, they were accidents. I was rear-ended twice about 30 years ago, and of course, wasn't experiencing any pain until maybe 10 years ago, but I had learned to live with it. Then I started using MoreMito, and that pain has subsided. So my eyes are getting better, my blood pressure is getting better, and I have like 10 things that it's doing for me. So, and even the compensation structure, thank you, Rodger, for that, because I only had to put out money one time, and I bought this. It's going to be, wow, it's going to be 2 years coming up soon. I think May 15th. Oh, the 15th passed already. So I ordered my first product May 15th in 2024. So I haven't had to put out any money since then. My first order, $150, nothing since then. And my brother Sam, he loves to help people with their first, well, he helps people all of his money. I think he spent like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 last year helping people through his compensation, including the family members. So thank you so much, Rodger. I love you. I love you. I love you. This product. Thank God for you, Dr. Bevan, and everyone affiliated with the company. All that you do. Thank you for this presentation that you did tonight. Everyone, you have to use it. You must. You must. It's a must. And it'll help you and your family. It'll bless you and your family and others. God bless you. Love you guys.
God bless. Look forward to seeing you, Allison Williamson, in September. Just let me know that date. For sure.
Yes, sir. I'm planning.
Williamson is the town next to the town where I grew up in North Carolina. So
North Carolina. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Spice Queen, great evening to you.
Oh, hi. This is Spice Queen. How are you?
We rich, but how you doing?
Okay. Well, thank you for a well put together presentation. I just wanted to just say a few things. I've been on MoreMito for 3 years, and I'm outside, so if it gets noisy, just bear with me. I've had some situation where I had to stop taking the liquid because I was losing a lot of weight. And what I found out is because of the situation that I stopped taking it, I also have neuropathy that started coming back. My arthritis coming back. So I realized using the technology has calmed it down. Also, I wanted to stress that you have to use it a lot. Not one time a day, not 2 times a day. You have to keep on pushing it. That's how you get results. Another thing a gentleman mentioned about the water. Yes, we have to drink water, but please bear in mind that we have to drink good, clean water. Okay, because a lot of the water out there has The bottled water is really no good. We're not going to get into that, but just make sure that you drink good, clean water. This is Spice out. Thank you, Rodger. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sister Spice. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else before we move to closing comments and thoughts, or what we would call marching orders? What are some next steps? This is a call to action call, folks. You know, and I have a saying that many of you are familiar with: only doing gets it done. You can pontificate all day long, but only doing gets it done. All right. Anyone else?
Brother Eric,
Hey, Brother Sevlin.
I need your link, sir.
I send it to you. Take a look in your phone and see if you see it. If not, I'll make sure you get it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And folks, I'm encouraging all of you to get back to the person who invited you. We believe in integrity. We believe in integrity. This is not one of those things where we throw everything at the wall and submit to things that stick. If you heard the explanation of the need for the mitochondria, if you understood the testimonies that were offered, even if you explored the compensation plan of which Mr. Hill gave us a sneak peek at, all of it speaks to the integrity that's involved here, the care that's involved, what we want for others like we
And
want for
don't forget,
ourselves.
we are too blessed
So,
to be stressed. Stress is no good. Hallelujah.
so I would hope and pray that you take advantage of the opportunity in the life of it, and the life of it is you. It's me, right? Take advantage of it, and your testimonies will reign supreme. We'll be here on this platform again next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern United States time zone. You don't want to wait till next Sunday to get started. That link that you have from the one who invited you gives you everything. It gives you the schedule for the calls tomorrow. It gives you the schedule for the week. It gives you the products. It gives you the information, the ingredients, and how they work. It's just an amazing, amazing landing page to restart, revamp our lives. Make sense? So, Brother Melvin, do you have anything to add before we move to uh, uh, Brother Rodger?
Okay. Want to make sure you can see me okay.
Yes,
Yeah, thank everyone that came. Appreciate it, Rodger. Thank you so much. Just a couple of testimonies. One, maybe two comments. Yesterday I actually gave a testimony and I left something of importance. I want to make sure I say it today. Well, I ended up having emergency stomach surgery, and the type of pain that I had was so bad that I was actually on the ground in a fetal position. I mean, just balled up. Had to get in the ambulance. They had to rush me to the hospital. I had to have emergency stomach surgery. That same type of pain came back about 4 days ago. And it was excruciating. And I thought I was going to have to go to an emergency room again and get surgery again. And so I realized I had the mixture of the jar of the Restore and Rejuvenate. So I grabbed it right away and I just started massaging it right into the stomach area where I had this. I mean, it was really, really bad. I mean, my eyes were watering. I was praying. I mean, it was really, really bad pain. I was very nervous, not really nervous, but I just kept thinking, this is exactly how it felt when I had to go to have that surgery. At any rate, I massaged that on the stomach, and the pain almost immediately subsided a bit. But what I noticed, it shifted. The pain shifted, like something was moving in my stomach. And it just made me think of possibly parasites. So I'm just trying to just relax. And all of a sudden the pain comes back again. So I grabbed the Restore Rejuvenate, put some more on. And it actually took the pain away again. At this time, I felt like I needed to have a bowel movement. So I finally worked my way through this pain to the bathroom and had a very small bowel movement. But the pain was still there. And I felt like something had to come out. So all of a sudden, I ended up having a bowel movement that was very, very tough to complete. But what really amazed me was when I finally went through that painful bowel movement, almost instantaneously, the pain went away. And when I looked at the result and I saw some bubbles, me personally, I have no doubt it probably was parasites, but what really got me was how fast my body reacted when I used the product, and the mitochondria was increasing like it did. Now, here's the reason too. I've been using this as a preventive measures. In other words, when I read those testimonials of people that are using it for different things, I use it for that, even though I'm not challenged with that. And I believe that's what helped get this pain to go away so fast and help that bowel movement come about. Because when just before I had that stomach surgery, that emergency stomach surgery, someone said they thought it was maybe gas, so they told me to get some milk of magnesia. That, when I did drink that with some water, that forced me to spit up. Now, if I would have had, no doubt in my mind, if I would have had the mixture of the Restore and Rejuvenate, I would not have had to have that surgery. I have no doubt in my mind. Why? Because I had the exact same pain. And at one point, it felt like it worked at the time that I had that. And then the other thing was having trouble, probably a good 10 to maybe 12, 15 years, having trouble with ED. All I did on April the 2nd, when I first used the product, I first rubbed some on
what is ED, sir?
ED is erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
So please, this was a lot of relationships are breaking up because of this. We have something that I believe can help, because our body's getting a chance to heal itself because our mitochondria increased. So I rubbed it on my eyes first. It worked very well on my eyes. And then before I went to sleep, something told me, don't forget to use the Restore. Now, this is before, mind you, this is before I started mixing it. I only put 2 milliliters, because on the dropper that comes with the Restore liquid, you get a dropper and there's a marker on it. And on the top, right around the middle section of the dropper, it says 1 ml. I took 2 of them, switched it around the mouth. About 15 to 20 minutes later, max, this calmness came over me and this burst of energy. Now, mind you, I was getting ready to go to sleep. And all of a sudden, I don't know where it came from, but this thought just came from, this thought that came, I was having a conversation with a young lady, and I was thinking about, wow, what a great relationship we would have, what a great marriage we would have. And out of nowhere, below my waist, was ready to get intimate, and it just blew me away. Now, I know without a shadow of a doubt, it got rid of my ED. Why? Because as soon as I woke up, things were happening normally the way they should, like they weren't. And it's been like that ever since April 2nd, 2024. About 7 days ago, maybe 9, and about actually maybe 3 weeks ago, Rodger Hill did a interview testimony with my friend Dion, Rodger, the one that has the daughter in the wheelchair. He finally gets the product. He's using it on his daughter's face because of the acne, and he's shocked at how fast it's working. Because the acne's gone, she's looking youthful. And then he calls me late one evening and says, my wife's having a headache, so I tell him, to put around her temple, her forehead, the back of her neck. And he calls me back about about 11:53. He called me at night. He says, he sent me a text. He said, by the way, my wife has an excruciating stomach pain. I said, I sent him a text back. I said, make sure you rub it on her stomach. That was 11:23. And at 11:53, he texted me back and he says, oh my gosh, the pain is gone out of her stomach. So as you heard the other people say, you have to use this throughout the day. That's how it's going to work. And then the last part, the business side, the conversation side, I love that because I get to write my own check. If I need $50, $100, or $1,000, all I do is I just share my link, and more importantly, get people on these Zooms. Thanks again, Rodger. Appreciate it. Back to you.
Thank you. There's a hand once again, Miss Lisa, and then we'll move to Rodger for closing comments. Go ahead, Miss Lisa.
Yes, I just wanted to ask, in terms of the recording for this, how did you say we could get it?
Join the WhatsApp group that we put in the chat, and
The
when it
link.
becomes available, we'll submit it to the group only, the wellness group.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
We thank you.
All right. Be well. Thank you.
Any comments, thoughts from you, Brother Rodger, in our closing?
Yeah, I want to thank you and Melvin for inviting me. First of all, I hope that everyone can appreciate the moment that we're in. I feel like there are going to be some people next year, the year after that, are going to look back on now and say, I wish I had done more. Please don't let yourself be one of those. I've got 3 programmers working. We've got more tools coming in the next 2 weeks. We'll have another release on that. And then I think then we're done. We're going to have the flyer fully implemented. We have some other features we haven't announced that you're going to have. So I'm feeling like, okay, so now we've done it, right? We've given a great product like no one else has. Compensation that's world class. And we'll have the tools. Now all you got to do is use them, right? Put people on the platform, the health and wellness call. Who spends that kind of money on stuff that's not talking about their product? Okay? Who cares enough to make sure that everything is user-friendly and customer-orientated, rep-orientated like we are, okay? Nobody else does. This is a grand experiment. I think that your success is going to change other industries. It's going to make sure that it can't be business as usual, because there's this company called MoreMito out here that's really doing it the right way, okay? So I invite you to participate with us, be a part of this movement we've started. It's calling for Bevan and I. We didn't do this for money. We did this for your success, personally, in terms of your health and for your family. So please take advantage of the technology. Please share it. There's so many people out there who are suffering that don't have to. And if you can help us reach them, we will greatly appreciate it. So thank you again, Eric. And,
we thank you. Family, we're back here again next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern, United States time zone. Your success is rooted in how many people you connect with. Share with everyone you know, like, and love, and put them in front of the MoreMito movement. Those of you who have your registration links, go ahead and get that going now so you can be on the calls that occur through the week, so you can get a hold of the product right away. And next week, you can be here giving a testimony, possibly as being a product of the product. So again, I want to thank you for your time and attention, and hopefully we'll see each and every one of you on the next live stream. Thank you, Brother Rodger. Thank you, Brother Melvin. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Forward.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of the evening.
Good night, everyone. Be well.
Good night. Thank you, Brother Rodger. Thank you, Brother Eric. Thank you.